Constructing your life is about much more than just building a bank account. Each week, join real estate entrepreneur and mindset coach Austin Linney as he interviews guests who are constructing their dream lives and impacting the world around them on a daily basis. If you're an entrepreneur or wanting to start a business, or you just want to hear motivating stories of how others have overcome the odds, you are in the right place. And now for your host, Austin Linney.
Guys, welcome to Construct Your Life. This is Austin Linney here. Super excited today. We're live streaming on Facebook too. We've got my dude, Adrian, young killer in real estate, doing so many things, multifamily wholesaling. And we have Mauricio, who I have not met yet. So this is a new thing for me. It's the first time I've done two people on the podcast too. So I feel outgunned, but I think I'll be all right. Why don't y'all kind of get us started and talk about how you got started. But first of all, give me both of your ages.
Mauricio?
I'm 35.
Okay. Well, he's old. He's me. Okay. So you got started young, right, Adrian?
Yeah, I got started when I was about 17 years old. I'm 24 right now.
Okay. How'd you get started, Mauricio?
So I did construction for 10 years, and Adrian was my intern at this construction company. So he is the one that got me started in real estate. He introduced me to real estate, asked me, hey, do you know anything about real estate? And I didn't know anything about it at the time. So he introduced me, brought me to a RIA here in San Antonio, and I started reading Rich Dad Poor Dad and other books. I knew I wanted to switch, go away from being an employee. I just didn't know what to do. I was looking for that vehicle, right? So he introduced me to that vehicle, which is real estate, and to be able to achieve financial freedom. And this was in 2014, 15.
Yeah.
So 6 years ago.
And so the question that, and I love that, because a lot of guys that I've interviewed that started in construction, they make amazing investors because they know everything from the inside out. They're not going to be taken advantage of. But what I'm trying to understand, and maybe we've talked about a little bit, Adrian, is like, where did you get your fire at such a young age to get started? Because I was in high school. So, like, where did you get I'm trying to understand, like, where did that come from? Did you have parents that were in real estate, or did you see people above you in school, or what was going on with that?
Yeah. So I think, what really helped me and what really lit the fire is when I was a part of a direct selling company, direct marketing company, and I got introduced to all of the, mentors like Jim Rohn, Napoleon Hill, Tony Robbins, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki, all those, big time books at such an early age that in the beginning, I didn't really understand these books. I didn't know what they were talking about. But then as I started growing this marketing company, and speaking in front of people, I had to be a bigger person because, you only go as far as your mind can go, as far as your mind is grown. Right. So, once I was put in those positions and I was reading these books and implementing what they were teaching me, then I started realizing like, hey, there's a way out. There's a certain set of skills that you need to have in order to be successful in life. And typically everyone has kind of the same skill sets. Those big time investors, big time people have the same traits and have the same basics that are all in these books. So the company went to crap about 2 years later after I started with the company. And I found out that there was a RIA going on in San Antonio, and that it was like a Rich Dad, Poor Dad event. And they said Robert Kiyosaki, I thought Robert Kiyosaki was going to be there. And like, it was a free event, and like supposedly, he was going to be there. So showed up. It was like a 2-day seminar thing. And all they were talking about was pre-foreclosures. You can wholesale deals. You can wholesale real estate, make $5,000, $10,000, $15,000. And I was sold. Because everybody in the room, like there were some people in the room that had been doing deals. And I was like, dude, these guys are not better than me. Like, I can do what they're doing. So that's what really fired me up. And then I went to a RIA, I signed up, and I met my mentor and started working for free for him for about 3 years. So, I think really what really like launched me is the personal development that I did at an early age.
And then Mauricio, how does this young whippersnapper, how does he convince you to leave this amazing career that you've been doing for 10 years? Because, I was just talking to a buddy of mine, and he said, what's your philosophy when you wake up every morning? And I asked myself, there's got to be more every time. There's got to be more love. There's got to be more freedom. There's got to be more everything. And so how did he convince you? Because, like, that's what they talk about. Like, but now I meet these kids and, they're like 19 and they're already like buying apartments, So like, what was I guess what you knew that you didn't want to be an employee for the rest of your life. So that kind of started it. And then what happened from there?
Yeah. So, and I'll back up a little bit. So I started traveling as an employee, just on my vacation. And actually, I quit my job once and went traveling to Europe and did a couple of backpacking trips in Europe and Mexico. And having to go back to work and meeting some people traveling that they've been traveling for months. And so it made me realize, okay, there has to be another way, right? This is not it. There's no way that you can keep on traveling or get to know the world, get to know 50 countries in the world if you just you're just an employee, work for a year and then get 2 weeks or 3 weeks of vacation and then do it again, right? That's not feasible, right? You're not going to do it that way. It's going to take a long time. So I knew there had to be a way. There has to be a way. And then I was trying actually day trading, and then Adrian came along and started talking about real estate and how buy and hold and flipping. I wasn't very thrilled about flipping just because of my construction background. I felt like it was another job, but the what really clicked in my head was the buy and hold, right? I was like, oh, okay, so I can buy a house and it can provide me with some cash flow every month. And then, you start doing the math, right? If I get 10 houses, 15 houses, 20 houses, and and then, okay, yes, this can help me to do what I do, right? Financial freedom and keep on traveling. And to your point is, for me, when I wake up, is there has to be something bigger than myself, right? What I'm doing there has to be some bigger objective than just me. So I really saw real estate as a vehicle, and Adrian was at the time and still is very fired up, right? He is he's a go-getter, and so just that definitely stayed, kept in instilled in me to just go get it, right? So definitely inspired me.
No, hold on. No, look, and I mean this, and I've never said this to you personally, but there's nobody that there's like maybe 2 or 3, but you're like top 3 that I see myself in that guy. And I remember that I talked to this guy. You remember this? I talked to you it had to have been 1:32 in the morning, and I was in the desert in Joshua Tree, and we were talking business, and we were.
And I was awake, bro.
You were grinding, and we were talking life, and I was just like, I love this, right? And so when you get around that infectious energy, it takes hold,
Yeah. And I remember too, we were like working together because we're in cubicles. Like he was in one cubicle, I was in the other cubicle. And I was already kind of like starting wholesaling. I was bird dogging, trying to find deals for my mentor, John. And like I would kind of go over whenever the workday ended, and I would see Mauricio kind of over like day trading and doing his courses on trading. And I was just like, wow. Like, I mean, I was always so interested too. I'm never like closed minded. So I asked him like, dude, what are you doing? Like what? So he sent me some courses, and I was like, bro, no, this is like, no. And then we bought a map of San Antonio, and we put it there in the office, and we started pinpointing all like these vacant houses, distressed properties where we're marketing. And we started we would work from like 7 a.m. to 5 in construction. From 5, we were out. After 5, we were door knocking from 5 to 7:30 until the sun went down. And then we would just do it all over again, man. Like we would do it all over again. And I think it was also, you have to have an accountability partner in this business. I think also in the beginning when starting off, because it's a little tough. Like it's tough. This business is tough. And when you have someone to help you and pick you up and, hey, let's go, let's do it together. Let's you drive this time, or I'll get off and knock. And it really helps. It really helps propel your business. And I think that's what really helped us get started. And then Mauricio wanted to buy this $20,000 coaching program. I was like, no, dude, no. Like, let's do it ourselves. Let's learn the business and let's take off. And I think we did the right thing.
And so why don't you walk us through kind of how you got started and where we are today?
Yeah, so I got started after that Robert Kiyosaki event that I went to. I went to ARIA and I got signed up to the email blast. And so I kind of just started like networking around, seeing who was going to help me, seeing who I was going to help. But I had the mentality of, I'm going to go help them. I'm going to go provide some sort of value to them. I don't want to check, because I was already making money. Like, we were working construction. I was making $18 an hour. I mean, I didn't need the money. So I had that mentality in the beginning, and, you know, everyone kept talking about marketing. Like that's it. You have to find deals. You have to market for motivated sellers. So that's when I started, you know, looking for marketing, and I saw an email blast go out in the RIA that there was someone helping people get started with like marketing, and they were sending marketing for people, and they were kind of helping them close the deals and stuff like that. So that was my mentor. So I sat with him over coffee.
Talking about John, right?
Yeah, John Barbera.
Amazing human being. Amazing human being.
Yeah. So, I mean, I was like, dude, honestly, you probably sat with a lot of people. I mean, I guarantee you have not sat with someone like myself. So give me some things to do and I will do them. I promise, like, just give me some things to do. He gave me some addresses, some neighborhoods, some flyers, and I went and go start posting flyers out. And I literally did it all in like a couple days. And I told him like, hey, I'm done. Like, what else? He's like, what the hell? How are you done so fast? Like, and so I was like, dude, give me more. And I remember, he was like, all right, come to my house. So I went to his house and he gave me like 2,000 envelopes and like, you know, a bunch of letters to fold and lick and stamp and write. And I did them all in like 2 days. And I went back and I gave it back to him. Like, dude, I'm done. Like, give me more. So he was just like, wow, this kid is hungry. So then after that, I mean, we started, you know, hey, this is how you find deals. This is how you go door knocks, how you talk to people. So I started really doing a lot of boots on the ground. I started, you know, doing some dirty work. I mean, going out, jumping fences, knocking on a door, you know, looking at vacant houses, knocking on all the neighbors' doors. So I was doing a lot of dirty work. And then, you know, I pretty much didn't get a check for like a year and a half. And I was in it to learn. And so that's kind of when me and Mauricio kind of linked up in the middle of that. And then we started marketing for deals together and we started finding deals together. But so, I mean, I was with Prime for like 3 years. I was with them for about 2-3 years. And then, you know, I just kind of said, hey, let me try it on my own. I kind of want to, you know, branch off and see how this is going to look like on my own. And it was a leap of faith. And then Mauricio took off marketing to multifamily. And I was like, dude, yeah, go do your multifamily thing. Like, yeah, I'm gonna make my money here in houses, bro. Like, you just go do that. And then he came back with like a couple 6-figure checks, and I was just like, what the hell, dude? How did you do that? So after that, I mean, we started on multifamily, and so now we own 60 units together. We own our own property management company. So, I mean, I think it's been a journey, but it's been hustle, man. I think it's a lot of grit and determination and hustle that you have to have.
So something that's very interesting, and I can almost spot it, and I can call it probably on the reg. I'm probably batting about 99% right now. It's not that you didn't appreciate working for John. You appreciate everything that you did. He's an amazing human. They're crushing it. There are certain people. There are certain people out there. Mauricio's one as well. Me as well. That you will never be fulfilled. And here's the deal: I'd rather be broke, but punching my own clock. Then I said it to my friend yesterday, like, how sick are you of making other people rich? Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was a high-end bartender. I made so much money for the companies, and I would ask for these little raises, and they would say like, fuck you. And I'd be like, you know what? Go fuck yourself. I'm done. Yeah. And so when I got laid off in March, like, I told my mentors, I was like, for the first time in 38 years of my life, I'm going to bet on myself. And it's the best decision I've ever made in my entire life. And I would imagine that as scary as that leap was, you would do it over 9 times over again, because look what's happened in a short amount of time, right? Because you don't, when you do that, you don't have a choice but to succeed. Yep. It's not an option. So you're willing to work those nights, and your 60 units now is going to turn into 120. It's going to turn into 300. And like, it truly is. We talk about it all the time. And I'd love to hear Mauricio's take on it, because we talk about that. This is what this podcast is about. It's about constructing a lifestyle, regardless of a dollar amount or unit account or house account, that you are happy to wake up every day and be a part of. And that's all that matters. The rest of the stuff is all binary product of hard work, right?
Absolutely.
What do you think about that, Mauricio? Kind of that whole thing.
No, 100%. So yeah, some people, it depends on what you want to get, right? What's your objective? Some people, their objective or what makes them happy is like Grant Cardone, right? Buy a jet and, have 400 employees and that kind of lifestyle. And some people, very modest, just have a house and have a nice lifestyle and provide for your family, have financial freedom and time freedom to spend time with your family, go on trips, go on vacation, and not necessarily own a jet or a Rolls Royce. So it just depends on what you want to do. And real estate is just a vehicle, right? But you have to be hungry, just like you just mentioned, right? You have to know what you want to get, by when do you want to get it. That's pretty much it. In my case, on the multifamily, I started doing marketing to my own multifamily. We did some single family together, wholesale a few houses, and then came across multifamily, and it clicked in my engineering head, the numbers, and I was like, hold on, what's this? So I wanted to find out, got into a few courses, and then found an apartment complex, bought it, then wholesale another one, made 6 figures, and wholesale another one. And that's when I kind of realized that that's where the money was, multifamily, not necessarily single family. And that's when we came to the dark side and started doing multifamily.
Yeah. Yeah. And I remember too, like Mauricio coming over, like, dude, how can we travel? How can we travel and still make money while we're traveling? Like, no matter where we are in the world, no matter what we're doing, who we're with, where we are, it just doesn't matter, right? And I think that's where, like, it really clicked in Mauricio's head, where it's like, dude, I mean, if there's a 24 unit apartment building, there's 24 people paying rent's due every month. It doesn't matter where I'm at. I mean, as long as I'm providing them with a place to stay. So I think that's where it just really, like, started making sense for him. I think it makes sense for him a little bit more quicker than it does for me. But then I just kind of hopped on that bandwagon. I was like, dude, let's do this. Like, I'm down, and I'm super addicted to growth. Like, I just, give me a new challenge. I want to face it, and I want to try to tackle it. I think I'm just addicted to that. So, every day that's the mentality that I have. But, travel was kind of the ideal goal, and it worked.
Yeah. And I'm glad that he said, I seem to be surrounded by engineers a lot. And so I could definitely see that about him. And it's a great mix, right, of the yin and the yang. And that's what makes an amazing partnership. That's the book, Rocket Fuel. It changes a million people's life, because I made my business partners, I have a couple of them, but I made, you got to read this. Okay, well, great. Then what's your role? Boom, elevate. And I've surrounded myself with people, and that's what me and you talk about from time to time. And it, like, a lot of the guys out here in Arizona, like, who they are. Like, a lot of these dudes, their motto is, I want to do shit with dope people that I want to do shit with. So, like, the money and all this shit is great, but, like, the hunt, the build is what I get off on, right? And the grind, not the grind, but the building up of the brand and stuff. And so, what you need, right? I think, especially coming from a young guy's point of view to these young guys that listen to my podcast, what you need in the beginning is, regardless of the dollar amount on the check, you need wins. And it's not, you need win and knowledge, right? And so it's a validation. I was just talking to a buddy the other day. I bought a house for 50, put 50 in, it made 32 every year on Airbnb, and then I sold it for 180. Oh shit. Like, I actually know what the fuck I'm doing a little bit. And that was like the springboard to, like, okay, I can do whatever the fuck I want, right? Yeah. And but people are trying to go here without going here first. And it's like, if you have to go work for somebody for free and you make $1,000 here and there, but you're learning it from the inside out. I mean, that's the whole thing. It's like, you're not going to retire off of, like, a couple deals like that. Those 100K checks you made were great, but you'd be surprised how fast they can go.
Oh, absolutely. Easy come, easy go.
Yeah. And so
I think also, Austin, on that, like, I think it's not really the wins all the time, man. I think the losses really, when I was door knocking on pre-foreclosures, I mean, they were already pissed. They were already super pissed by the time I got to the door, because I don't know how many other people had started knocking before me. So I had to find a way right then and there to be able to switch their anger, right? And I feel like that really helped me, get in my car and be like, because I screwed up. I fucked up so many deals, man. I had like so many people close the door. I was just like, dude, why did I say that? But then I get in my car and I'm like, okay, like, let me play the story again, and then that way my next house hopefully is a win. So you have to have losses for you to adjust and get better, and that way you can have your wins. I think my losses are our losses. I mean, me and Mauricio were knocking on doors. People were shutting the doors in our face, calling the cops. I mean, but we got in the car and like, dude, we're like, how can we get better? Like we took an L, but I know there's a W on the way. Like, how can we get better? Right. And I think the losses are really part of, success.
I 100% agree. So the question is if you're taking losses, how do you stay positive? Like, how do you keep the positive mind frame? How do you keep pushing forward? Like, that's what everybody asks all the time.
Each no, it's getting you closer to that yes, right? And all you need is that yes. So as long as you keep seeing it as this no is one no closer to my yes is coming, right? 3 feet from goal. Just keep doing it. Keep doing it. Mm-hmm. You'll get there, right? That's really kind of the mindset that you have to continue. That's what
There's a
works,
quote.
Right?
There's a quote. It's by Andrew Carnegie. It's those who are unable to motivate themselves must be content with mediocrity, no matter how impressive their other talents are. So, like, I think self-motivation really, I mean, if you have to put on a video of Tony Robbins for you to get fired up, or Jim Rohn get fired up in the car by yourself, like, that's what's going to propel you, because you're not always going to have some. I mean, even there's times where me and Mauricio are not together and I have to, find a way to get motivated to make these cold calls, 200 calls a day or something. And, maybe it's a shitty day. Maybe it's just, but, you have to find, as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, you have to find a way to motivate yourself. If not, you must be content with mediocrity. And I am not going to be content with mediocrity. So I think it's just one of those things that you have to like really trick your mind to believe, different and just get fired up about greatness and success, and why are you doing it? I think that's a key point.
1,000%. I think one of the things that I'm living on right now, and kind of the thing I'm preaching the most, is that I think everybody lives their life on absolutes, right? This is the only thing I should be doing the rest of my life. This is the only place I should live. This is the only person I should be with. It's the only thing that I could ever do. And what you have to understand is there's many chapters to this life. And by walking up and saying, this is exactly what it's supposed to be, you slam the door on wonder and creativity and just something that might happen that surprise you, right? And the thing is that, and I'm using it for door knocking, right? You have no idea that person that you might help by buying their house. You have no idea who you might meet, who might meet you, that people. The stepping stones that have got me to Arizona are so effing wild that I can't even explain. It was a plane flight in here, and then a meetup that we might have not gone to. Then I met my business partner. Then it was another thing, and then I got divorced, and then but that's because I was open to it all and saying that I don't know where the path's gonna, and I still don't know, like the path, but because I'm open to it and clear-minded and know that my purpose is higher than this, that I can move through it quicker, right? And you are both doing great, and it's growing and everything like that. And so when you're sitting back, right, in those moments of calm, and you're reflecting on where you want it to go over the next couple years, do you want 10,000 units? Do you want 20,000? Or are you going to get to a point where there's other parts of you that love other things in life, right? Like, what do you talk about on a daily basis as business partners, to like keep it fresh is what I'm saying. Because the grind of the cold calls, the grind of the apartment management can get a little, it gets a little deep.
Overwhelming,
sometimes.
for sure.
Yeah.
So we've been using EOS and Rocket Fuel. I read it, and I think Adrian is done with it too. And that's definitely, very, very good system to look at it. So because you can say, yeah, we want to buy 4,000, 5,000 unit, right? We've talked about that. That's one of the major goals out there in the next 5 years. But when you look at that, it's like, how do you eat an elephant, right? Well, one bite at a time. So we've done our year goals and quarter goals, rocks, and it's sending X amount of postcards per week is making X amount of cold call hours per day or per week, and how much money we have to raise in a quarter, how many properties do we have to get under contract. It's all breaking it down into those pieces. That's what keeps us motivated, because it can be done, right? And when you get to a point where it's like, okay, yeah, this quarter is about to be done, and we did pretty much, most of what we said, right? This one will drag a little bit into the next quarter, but that keeps you motivated, right? Versus in 3 months, it feels like you didn't get any closer to buying 4,000 units, right? But if you look at it in small pieces, you can see the progress, and we hold each other accountable. And that's how we stay motivated.
Yeah. And I think, we both like the idea of like traveling and, going to new places and things like that. So we're not only doing this for 4,000 units, 3,000 units. I think there's a bigger purpose too. Like, we also have in our rocks to meet, super successful people over dinner, once a month. And we don't always talk about apartments. We talk about life. We talk about relationships. We talk about, how to think, how to, what the habits need to be to truly be successful. So it's not so much real estate. It's more growth, and it's success. And we like to just be around it and surround ourselves with that, because it just makes you feel good. And I think my ultimate goal is just feel good all the time, just feel good all the time, and, create win-win situations for our tenants, for our investors, for owners, for everybody around us. And we're proving it, right? We're giving above average returns, and, the tenants love what we're doing to properties, and they come up to me like, wow, I feel so much safer. I feel so much better here in this property. Like, you guys really turned it around. And, so, it just makes me feel really good. And, that's what kind of makes me just want to do more. And, I think the impact we're having in the lives of others is really, motivating. So
and it's 100% right. My mentors, and when me and you, Adrian, talk, we don't talk real estate ever. I'll go like hours, and I'm like, oh, we haven't even spoke about real estate. But something I want to harp on, and Mauricio hasn't heard this, but I remember I told you this when we had lunch at Whole Foods, and we were talking about you growing your business and everything. And I told you that your obligation to this world is so much greater than buying apartments. Yep. And what I mean by that is that you are a Hispanic owner of apartments. You are not the one, and I'm not being stereotypical, but we all work in construction. You're not the one laying drywall. You're not the one laying tile. You're the effing owner. And what an amazing symbol to show that massive, which I worked side by side with this community since I was 17 years old, hand in hand in the restaurant business, all these people. And I love the Hispanic culture so much because I have so much respect and inspiration, how hard they work and keep their head down. And what a symbol that your company is to show them that you don't have to be the drywaller, you don't have to be the tile, you can be the owner of the apartment complex. And that mission is so much greater than anything that anybody could even wrap their head around. And it's just you, it's as simple as you living your life, but living your life by an amazing example of what can be done.
Yeah.
100%.
And we're creating jobs too. We all of our contractors, our cleaning ladies. We're creating jobs. We're paying people for them to pay their bills through coronavirus, and it's just like so cool to see,
Yeah, and that's what it's about. Like, I literally just want to create jobs Like it's all I care about. Like, I don't know why I love it so much, but it's like nice to have somebody come into work and feel good about who they're working for and they're happy. Like it's such a joy associated with that to me. My issue is that they have to watch me because I'll just hire people randomly.
Right.
And they're like, well, let's make sure the money's there first, you know. So, but that's just me, just being super whatever. But what's interesting is y'all have said about 4 or 5 quotes that literally are my favorite quotes. I guess we're reading all the same books. But Mauricio, what I want to do here for a minute, because I feel like he's revved up and ready to go. Normally I'm the one that rants on this, but I'm gonna clear the floor.
Okay.
Adrian, I'm gonna let you talk to all the young investors out there and go for like 4 or 5 minutes and tell them how you get to 60 units at 24 years old.
I mean, put yourself in environments. I think really put yourself in an environment where you are constantly listening to people who own apartments. If that's what you want to do, I mean, put it on a podcast. Have the book, even if you're not going to read the book, just have the book there on your fucking bookshelf. I mean, the power of that really goes a long way. But so start surrounding yourself with that. Number 2, get away from the people who, all your friends who are not doing anything. Those people who are just playing video games, just not doing anything with their lives, just sitting around. Get away from those, because you are the average of the 5 people you spend most time with. Okay. So just watch that and be aware of that. Number 3, start thinking like a millionaire, start thinking like a billionaire. I mean, start thinking, those thoughts that you need to have in order for you to achieve, those things. And you may not know what those thoughts are supposed to be. That's when you start picking up the books and, listen to Jim Rohn, listen to Napoleon Hill, listen to all those guys. I know I've said it like 5 times already, but that is the reason why I have developed the skill set and the mindset in order to, achieve these things. Number 4, don't be afraid of work. Like put your head down, grind it out, make the calls, drive around town, call the for rent signs. Hey, my name's Adrian. I'm a local investor here in the area. We're looking to pick up some more properties here. And, we just sold a property, in San Antonio, and we're looking to park the money here within the next 30 to 60 days. Is there anyone there in the office that I may be able to speak with, that, I could, speak with about entertaining sending you an offer on the complex. Make more calls, drive around, pull a list, send some postcards. Just keep going, keep pushing, and put a little team together, if an accountability team, if you need one, just to like help you and motivate you. But I think you have to find a way to motivate yourself and really, I mean, just keep going. I mean, don't be afraid of work. Some of these people who come up to me and they're like, dude, so what do I do? Like, what do I do? I give them a few things and they come back like, dude, you didn't do them. You didn't do anything. Stop tricking yourself. Like you're just go get a job, go get a check. There's a lot of places hiring right now. This is hard shit, man. This is hard, but this is what's gonna like propel you for generations to come. I mean, this is legacy stuff, dude. Like this is a serious business. It's not like, oh, make 2,000, 5,000 wholesaling and I can screw people over and, get this, chunk of money. And no, dude, build your brand, build your relationships with people. Don't do things over money. Like I've wholesale deals for $200. I've done deals for a couple $100. I've given away, properties just to have that relationship. And just, I mean, I think, making sure you take care of your brand, your personal brand is also super important. Don't put anything stupid on social media, like make it professional, have a nice picture, just keep everything professional. I think is super important, especially at a young age. I think it's really key. Just surround yourself with killers, man. Surround yourself with sharks. Like last weekend, I went to a multifamily mastermind in Austin. There was all 20-year-olds in there. The net worth in there was over 400 million or 40 million. Sorry, assets under management was like over 400 million. Everyone in there. They're not talking about the new Drake song. They're not talking about the new Wiz Khalifa song. They're not talking about, like the draft. Like all they're talking about is, 200 unit apartment complexes, raising, $10 million, and they're all 24, 25. And, one of them was wholesaling a 200 unit apartment deal for $1.3 million. It's just, those are the types of people you need to be around. But then again, I'm aware that you're not going to automatically wake up one day and be around them. You can't just attract those people overnight. Like, you have to put yourself in those positions. You have to, develop your mindset and be able to have those conversations with people that will allow you to be in those kind of rooms. You're not just going to wake up one night and be in those types of environments. I think you really need to put your head down and work. And every single day, in every way, I'm getting better and better. Every day, in every way, I'm getting better and better. And that's the type of mentality that you have to have.
I love it. Mauricio,
what else, man?
Want to add to that?
Yeah.
Yes, just to add to that, to what you said earlier about the properties and what Adrian was saying about our residents, we really take a lot of pride on making our properties better, right? So we feel like one of the mottos is if you leave a place better than the way you find it or you found it, you'll just do better in life. That's just nature, right? That's just energy. If you find a place, you buy a property, and when you walk away from that property, it's going to be better than the way you find it. You'll do great in life, right? It's just going to come back to you, right? That's the law of the universe, right? And what Adrian is saying, or to add to what Adrian is saying, is definitely, go away from those friends that, that might be cool and they were probably your friends at a phase in life. But if they're not providing you any value, and also if you're not providing them any value and all you talk about is, stupid stuff, then just there's no point, right? There's no point. Not saying, don't talk to them again. Just be very mindful of how much time you spent with them. It really summarizes in change your mindset, right? Reach that poor dad, cash flow quadrant kind of thing. Then educate yourself, go to seminars and whatever you want to do, right? If it's find a vehicle, right? If it's real estate, find the asset class and educate yourself in it, whether it's single family, buy and hold, flipping, apartments, storage. And once you do that, then master it, right? The 10,000 hours from Malcolm Gladwell, right? Master it and then take action, right? 10x rule. Just take massive amounts of action, right? And then you'll do great.
I feel like a lot of people are like, I'm analyzing deals. I'm analyzing. I've been looking at, these numbers for years, dude. Buy something, like buy it, dude. Our first 16 unit, we didn't know what the hell we were doing. We didn't know what we were doing, but we knew that, our commitment to this deal is going to be the reason for success. Like we didn't care. We just said, hey, the investors are going to invest in us, not the deal. So, if we say it's a deal and we can buy it, let's do it. And we hired a property management company. They sucked. We hired another property management company. They sucked. So we're like, dude, let's start our own, there's nothing we read. There's nothing we saw on a video that told us exactly how to do it. I think a lot of people are get it all mixed up. They want to know exactly what to say, how to run the number. Wait, what if this cap rate is, no, dude, just buy it. Buy it if it makes sense. Run it by maybe one or two people. If they say, hey, it looks all right, just take it on. I promise you're going to learn so much more from that one deal. And everything has just been coming rolling in after that, right, Mauricio? Everything is just, 6 months later, we bought another one. 4 months later, we bought another one. And now we're negotiating some big deals. So, it's the law of the first deal. It's
law of the first deal for sure. And take action. We do know some people that have been analyzing and raising money and whatever for years, and they haven't bought a single property, right? So this 16 unit really taught us a lot. I had bought a 10 unit before that, and I made a shitload of money on it. But if I would not have made money on it, just the experience that it gave me, right? So go buy the property. If you just buy it right, even if you buy it a little overpriced and you do most of the things right, you'll learn a lot, right? And then if you sell it and you just break even, just the experience that you have gained after that, it's priceless. And it's better than going to every single seminar that is in the country and reading every single book. At some point, you have to just start taking action, right? There was a seminar not long ago that I met a person that, she's been going to so many seminars, almost every single seminar that's out there, read every book. She's friended every major broker in every major city in every major metro in the country, yet has not bought a property. But because she is so obsessed with 100+ unit. Well, maybe you start with a 32, people start listening to you, right? But you have zero experience. So start somewhere and then work your way up, right? If you talk to most of the investors, right? Most of the large or successful syndicators that now own 2,000+ units, they started with a 24 unit, 32 unit. Right, they started somewhere, right? That local guy that we really admire here, he started with a 6 unit, single family actually, and then a 6 unit, and then from there on, right? But you have to start somewhere. Take action. That's really it. You don't have to know. I've said on all the podcasts, you don't have to know every step, right? Every step of the way. Don't worry about how you're going to 1031 your property at the sale if you haven't even bought it, right? Buy it first. Just worry about step 1, 2, 3, and then once you're in step 2 and 3, then worry about 4, 5, and 6, and then just keep going, right? But there's no point in trying to figure out step 12 if you haven't even taken one, right? It's just pointless.
I remember we got like a $100 or $200 little course that showed us how to basic underwrite and just do some basic stuff. And that was that course. We built a calculator, and that was the course that we started using, to send offers. And I mean, we wholesaled a couple of those apartment complexes just from that $100 or $200 course that we took. I mean, I think a lot of people just overthink things, and you don't need to go to 10 seminars. I only went to 1 apartment seminar before I wholesaled my first apartment deal. I mean, just grasp all that information, and the seminar's not going to teach you anything. It's really just a mindset thing, and being in the environment of all those people, I think, is what really is the key in seminars, is being in that environment and then leaving that environment and implementing all the things that they kind of taught you a little bit. But I think, a lot of people have that over analysis thing. And I think that's the reason why maybe I'm 24 and I have some apartments, because I just took a little bit here and I took action. I took a little bit here and take action. That's what you have to do. If not, you're going to find yourself at 40 years old, barely buying your second deal. It's just.
Do you want to know why that is? Because they don't really want to fucking do it. That's why.
It's how bad you want it, right?
No. It's not. No. Everybody wants it bad. No. It's because they think they want it. It's because they have not truly defined who they are as a person, and they are living their life off of other things that they see. This is why I believe that everybody's goals are fucking horseshit, because they're goals for somebody else. I don't live my life through goals. I live my life through intention. My intention is that real estate is a vehicle that I use to get me freedom. Okay? It's 100%. Not, there's a million people out in multifamily that are like, I've got 3,000 units, but you have 0.005% of the deal. You don't have 3,000 units. And then you have people like my buddy Tyler Chester, who owns 50 units by himself. That's a different story. So I don't care how many units you have. I don't care how many houses you have. What is the net money that you're bringing in monthly off your, that's the only thing I care about. But that's what people want to do. This is the hot thing right now, is mobile home parks. I'm going to get into mobile home parks. I'm going to get into multifamily. And here's what I did. True story. I was like, in my first mastermind, I was like, I'm going to learn about multifamily. For 6 months, I sat in every meeting. And then I realized I don't give a shit. It's not that I don't want to invest in it. I just don't care, because it takes up so much of my bandwidth to try to learn this. So what do? Okay, never mind. There's somebody that knows about it. I'm going to go partner with him. But what it takes to do that is for you to lose your ego. Look, this is what's going on right now, because I can name out, I'm not going to call them out because it's not worth it. But I've got people that are close to me who are day trading right now, who are real estate investors and losing money. What the F are you doing? What are you doing? When I have a buddy who manages like $1.4 billion, this is what he does every day, who's willing to talk to you. What are you doing? But that's the alpha ego shit, and it drives me crazy.
Shiny penny.
Stay in your effing lane. Do real estate and let the people do. It's like walking into Discount Tire and going, that tire doesn't really look aligned to me. I don't know, dude. How about you let me put on the fucking tire? This is what the name of the place says. That's what I get so frustrated about. Stay in your lane, and just do you, and surround yourself with people that do the things that you don't. Hence rocket fuel, hence business partners, hence assistants, and all those things, right? That's what drives me bonkers. When did you go to school in your off time to be a day trader? I don't understand, because that's what that guy went to. He's got a master's degree in. Yeah. And that's what people are doing, because it's all ego driven. Because not only am I a great real estate investor, I'm a day trader too. No, you're a day trader that just lost a shitload of money that you could have put in a deal to actually make you money, right? And that's what we're talking about here, guys. Is be clear on who you are as a person and your strengths and weaknesses. I'm not saying that you can't get your weaknesses better, but double down on your strengths, right? And if you're a great people connector, then be a people connector and partner up with an engineer, right, that knows the nuts and bolts of it. Like Adrian knows enough to be dangerous, but he doesn't really want to look at the spreadsheets. He just wants to be out there talking to people, And so that's why y'all work. But everybody's lying to themselves. They're lying to themselves. And I did it for years. I'm the lone wolf. I've got to do everything my own. And it got me in a whole lot of mess and a lot of lost money.
Austin, just to touch on that too, man. I think, because again, I go back, this business is serious, right? What you can create with real estate in general. I mean, whether it's mobile home parks, flipping houses, rental houses, land investing, owner finance. I mean, it's a serious business, right? And it can really make a dramatic impact in your family's life and your generations to come. So to me, it's wild how some people try it for 6 months and quit. Really, 6 months? 6 months. You're going to give yourself 6 months to quit on your dream? Dude, Gary Vaynerchuk talks about it a lot. Dude, grind it out for 4 years and then figure it out. And then ask yourself, hey, should I quit? Not 6 months, not 3 months, not 9 months. If you're really trying to achieve, why you're even coming into the business in the first place, and you're going to quit in 6 months, it doesn't make sense. Quit in 4 years, quit in 5 years. That's when you really know, I think when it's time to really jump off. But I don't know. To me, people are quitting way too fast.
Do y'all know who Andy Frisella is?
Yeah.
Okay, so he tells a story all the time. His business is doing $500-700 million a year right now. The first 10 years, he was a bouncer at night and slept in his store. Yeah. There ain't nobody willing to do that. And look what happened. Because they're living their life off of months instead of legacy.
So one other thing that comes to mind is when I barely started to travel and kind of start switching my mindset and start figuring out, all right, there has to be something else, but I don't know how. So a very good friend of mine, he explained to me a mental map, having a mental map, right? So what are you going to do today, right? If you're going to go have lunch with that person, is that going to take you? And it sounds very cold and very premeditated, but it's very true. You're going to go have lunch with that person. Is that going to take you to your goal, right? And if you don't have your goals, then you're lost, right? But you have to have goals. And all right, going to lunch with that person, spending the weekend with that person or those people, is it going to take me closer to my goal? Yes or no? And if the answer is no, you should not go, right? Yeah, you're probably going to hurt some people's feelings. You should not go, right? What am I going to buy this, right? Buying this car, is it going to take me closer to my goal? Yes or no, right? And your goal should be bigger than yourself, right? If your goal is just to buy a car, then it's probably too small. So it sounds very cold, but it's very true. You have to know, is that step going to take me closer to my goal?
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing I'm mad about right now is that Adrian was hiding you from me, Mauricio. Because I mean, I don't even want Adrian to come to Arizona anymore. Just Mauricio. This is my dude. But guys, as we're wrapping it up, how do people find out about y'all and kind of get in contact? Are you still looking for an assistant?
Dude, I've always, bro. I'm looking for multiple now. I started, like, I told myself I just want one. And then I started seeing everyone's like interview, like, because I have like a job form and a bunch of questions, and I'm just like, dude, I could use him, I could use her, I could use him, like. So it's just like
I have a rule. I'm going to give you my rule. I have a rule. If you find talent, you find a place for them.
Yeah.
Get them on the bus, and then you'll find a place to see them for sure. I do have an assistant, best assistant ever. Adrian is still looking for an assistant.
So how do they find you on social media and all that stuff, guys?
So I'm on social media, Instagram, MauRMS, MAURMS. My webpage, themedicigroup.com. That's DEMEDICI group.com. The Medici, like the Italian last name. And if you have any questions or need any, any advice or any quick glance at underwriting on multifamily, that's kind of like my superpower. So feel free to send me an email, Mauricio@themedicigroup.com.
Awesome. Yeah, guys, he will help with looking at your stuff and tell you real quick catch formulas that are all wrong. So he's good at that. Guys, Adrian Salazar, Facebook, same thing. Instagram, Adrian Salazar _ I think is my Instagram. Pretty active in there. You can email me to Adrian@optimumbuyers.com. I mean, I'm real big on helping people, Austin. So if anybody, any of your listeners, young, motivated, driven, just don't really know where to go or where to start, I'm super open to hopping on a call. I feel like it's my obligation to give back to those who are looking for some guidance, because if my mentor wouldn't have done it for me, I wouldn't be here right now. So I feel like it's my obligation to give back. So I'm super open to that. And I'm always willing to help. So, everything I'll tell you guys is just from experience. So I'm not going to make any bullshit up. It's just what I've gone through, what I've done, and just that's it. I think.
He just did it the other day when I texted him, so he'll definitely jump on that phone call. I can't wait to have y'all out to Arizona. Y'all are gonna lap this energy out like you've never seen anything like it. It's crazy town out here, so I can't wait to have y'all out. Hopefully, we'll get you out here soon.
Let me know when you're settled in, bro.
I live in 200 square feet. I was settled the day I got here. So I'm buying a house in like a week, and it's a remodel. So I'll be full. I should have my house by mid-August. So thank y'all so much, guys. I loved every minute of it. We appreciate y'all. If you like this episode, guys, send it out to all your friends. And thank y'all so much for listening.
Cool.
Thank you for listening to Construct Your Life with Austin Linney. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to rate, review, subscribe, and pay it forward by sharing with a friend. Most importantly, take this opportunity to start constructing your life by taking immediate action on what you learned. For show notes, resources, and more information on one-on-one coaching with Austin, visit constructyourlifepodcast.com.